This is how you submit varieties to PCGS under their variety tier. My name is Daniel and you are watching Coin Help You. Thanks for watching our latest video. To get started, let's talk about these coins. This is an 1809 half cent, and it is the O inside the O. Okay, so that's that variety. The coin itself might get environmental damage, but I'm going to try it because it's at least fine 15. Okay. The other one is a peace dollar. It's a 1923 common date, no big deal. But do you see that little die break right there? Makes it a whisker jaw. And I caught that, and I looked at what I have in these coins based off of what the fees are going to be, and we'll talk about that. And this one here, the person who sold it to me did not know that it was the O within the O, because that makes it a better coin. So we made a deal on it, and I told him I would want to send it off and all that. So we talked about that a little bit so that I could buy it for enough money to make it worth it for me. So what you want to do, you want to go over to PCGS and you want to go to their price guide. So the peace dollar whisker jaw, you know, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, you know, it's probably going to grade 62, 61. I don't know for sure. Probably not really worth it. I mean, if you want to look at the actual price of the 61 through 70, you can see the 60 price here. So let's say it does get 61. It's only worth 60 bucks. It's really not worth it. 62. So when you look at the VAM 1A whisker jaw and 61, it's $73, $85.62. It's in that area where it's probably not worth it. It needs to grade 120. It needs to grade Mid-State 63 to be worth 120. But the reason I'm going to go ahead and send it is, one, I want to do this video. I wanted to talk about coins that are worth it and not worth it. But this one here, this is the one that I'm looking at. If this circle in the O is fine 12 even, then it's worth $265. Now, if it gets environmental damage, it's going to be worth probably half that. But overall, still the submission, I'll make a little bit of money on it, but I think it's worth a shot. The thing is I want people to understand something. I'm doing this for you guys for this video. I want to do a video on how to send varieties to show you I'm not perfect myself. I make mistakes sometimes too, but I want to clarify. You want to send varieties under variety attribution. If it's a mint error, send it under the mint error tier, and don't mix them up. I did that in a previous video I showed everybody, and you don't want to do that. Okay, it's just going to lead to frustration because that's what happened to me. So this is what we're going to do. You go over to PCGS when you want to do a submission, and you want to click the submit button. Now you can use their forms they send you when you sign up, because you're going to have a membership here, and you're going to get vouchers and things like that, and you can redeem those. All of this is not that difficult. All of the information that you need is basically here: step-by-step submission guide, services and fees, package and shipping and guidelines, and track your submission. It's right here. They've made it as simple as possible. Just pay attention. Read their website. That's the easiest way of submitting a coin, is to read from the actual business you are submitting to, because not all of them are exactly the same. They're very similar, but NGC is not PCGS and vice versa, and Annex isn't either one of them. So we're going with US coins. And like I said, you know, just be patient with things. Take it slow. You know, they've got you know, standard, gold shield, crossover, and all that. You can choose what you want. If you got vouchers, click that. I have vouchers. So we're going to economy, non-gold. And when you're looking at this submission, you want to click variety attribution. That's what we want. Okay, now, as you can see, there's nothing to choose for mint error. That's one of the reasons I made a mistake on my last one, I think. I'm just going to have to use the paper form, fill it out, and send it in. Do it that way, I guess, because it just seems like you can't just submit it under anything else. Like if I wanted a mint error, I might have to gold shield to mint error. I don't know. I'll have to check it. It's been a while since I sent a mint error in the PCGS, but with the cut on that 1865 in the last video, I just, you know, wanted to try it. So anyways, I have the 1809, and we know it's a half cent, so we want 1809, and they always use the fraction here. And you want the O, let's see if it'll come up like it's supposed to. Okay, well, it's the circle inside an O. You want to make sure it doesn't hurt to write the number down when you're doing the research. We're going to click that. And what I want to show you here it has a number next to it, and that's what you want to put in. That makes it a little bit easier. So you got to circle in the O and declared value. I'm just going to put $200. I'm just guessing here. You don't have to know the exact value. This is only for insurance purposes. And also, you want to make sure it's under $300 if it's certain tiers, that kind of thing. You need to call them if you think you have thousands and tens of thousands of dollars worth of coin. You need to call them first, and you have to get that approved. So I'll hit save, and we'll do the next one. This is the 1923, and we know what VAM it is. We could write all that down, but we can put dollar. That's what I do, and we'll see if it'll come up whisker, just to see if it'll do it. And looks like to me it's not going to come up as the variety on the name. So what we want to do is we want to come up here to the listing, and we want to put VAM 1A. I'll back it off here. So it's not coming up as VAM 1A either. So like I said, you go through this process of trying to figure this out. I'm doing this on purpose to show you what you're really supposed to do. If you've got the whisker jaw, then you want this number right here. And you can copy and paste it. I'm going to put it in the field here. And I'm doing this to show you different ways of looking for a certain coin. So you can scroll down through inside this little drop-down box and figure out which one you have to see if you can find it. Sometimes it's not easy to find some of these. And see, so it's not. So this is the frustrating part about the whole thing. So we're going to leave the number in, and we're going to put 1923, and we're going to be $1, and then we're going to go with whisker. Let's just see what happens. I mean, it's worth, what? Let's just put $80 and hope. See what happens. Let's see how PCGS determines what this is. Like I said, put it down, variety attribution, here we go. We've got 2 coins. Had a little bit of problem with the whisker jaw, but it's got it down as $1 whisker jaw, so hopefully they'll do that. I put the right number in. So we're looking at service level. You've got 2 coins, two for variety attribution, so you're looking at $46 for the grading and $40 for the attribution, $27 for shipping, and plus I'm going to have shipping to them, so I've got to go to the post office. I'll put this in probably registered mail is what I typically do in a flat rate box. $123. That's the total fees for this. And you want to hit next and select the address that you want it shipped to. If you want to do cash, check, money order, whatever. I usually want to do the credit card myself. This video, I'm going to go ahead and do check, because I don't want to put in my credit card number, but the check number is going to be 2790, and I hit next. Like I said, you got options. You mess it up, you can always call them, send them an email or something like that. I know it's hard to get a hold of them sometimes, but you got to do that because they're the company that you're submitting to. So when I hit I have read the terms, hit next. My submission is successful. What I want to do, I want to print the submission form. Now, as far as if it's not a listed variety, you don't want to submit it. Okay, you want to make sure that they recognize the variety. If they don't, you're wasting your time. I did that with that repunch date on that 2 cent. It's just not something that PCGS is going to put something on. I wish they would just put minor and just put what, variety it is. They don't have to put the actual die variety. Just put the fact that it is a different die that struck it with the repunch date. But anyway, these two, what you want to do, you can print off the label for the coins. So this one's on the number 1 line, okay? So you want to put 1, and then the other one's 2, and then your submission. So you find that on your form, and my submission is 299149. So I'm going to put 299149, 299149. Now this is not such a big deal when you have a small submission like this, but you can really get confused or get it confused. So you want to make sure that everything's, neat, orderly. This is how I do it. And they recommend using the 2.5 by 2.5. I've got the 2x2s. That's what I buy. That's what I've been using. But they do send you some when they send you submit your voucher and all that. So this is what I do right here. And then I'll put this in a flat rate box with a lot of packing. I'll probably put it in a couple bubble mailers, and this will protect it, keep it from sliding around. And then I'll ship it out with insurance. Okay, I can do. They recommend registered mail, and that's fine if you got real expensive coins. This is not a very expensive submission. So to me, I'll probably just use a flat rate box, and I'll put, like I said, it'll be priority, and I'll just do the insurance on it. So hopefully this helped you with a submission, explained a few things, run you through it, step by step. So thanks for watching my latest video. Please share this video. Please subscribe to my channel, and have a great day.